Today, we're excited to announce that Splashtop is now integrated with HaloITSM to enable your technicians to remotely support end users' computers right from within HaloITSM. The Splashtop integration with Halo is used for attended and unattended support from a remote location. The remote support integration can be found in Configuration, Remote Support. First, we'll go through the process to set up unattended access. The email address type can be a fixed email, which you will input, or it can be the email of the current logged-in agent. If you choose to use a fixed email address, you'll be asked to enter the email address below. The asset MAC address field can be the Halo IP address, MAC address, or any other unique ID that you'd like to use. Next, let's make sure that we add the field that we've chosen for asset MAC address field onto our asset type that we will be remoting into. To do so, we'll first go to Configuration, then Asset Management, then Asset Type. Then we'll select the asset type that we know we want to remote into. So for this example, we'll use Workstation. Then looking at the field list. Next, let's make sure that the field type we've selected previously is showing here our field list for the asset that we want to connect into. For example, here we've selected MAC address, so we would need to make sure that for each of our assets, we've collected the MAC address and it's available here on Halo. To grab the MAC address, you can open Command Prompt and enter ipconfig, which will then show the physical address. Again, note that it does not have to be a MAC address. You can use anything you'd like that you can select in the dropdown, as long as you add the field to the asset type field list and populate the field on the assets you're remoting into. Once the field has been populated with the correct input, the Splashtop action, which you can now click on, allows you to log into that computer using Splashtop to remotely access this device. Make sure Splashtop Streamer is running on the computer you want to connect to, and note that selecting this icon will open the Splashtop Business app so you can connect to that computer. Next, let's set up attended access. First, we'll go to Configurations, and then we'll click on Teams and Agents, and then Agents. Next, we'll select an agent, go to the Integrations tab, and authorize them for using Splashtop Attended Access. Once done, we'll go ahead and reload the tab, and now we can see that it does show as authorized. A remote session invite for a new ticket can be sent to the user when an agent logs a remote session invite can be sent to the user when an agent logs a new ticket by including the remote session channel and send remote session invitation fields on the new ticket type. To configure this, we'll make sure within Configuration, we'll go to Tickets, Ticket Types, and we'll select a ticket type. For this example, we'll use Service Request. And once within that ticket type, we'll go to the Default tab, and we'll click on Edit, and we'll scroll down to Send Remote Session Invitation. And from here, we want to select Send Invite. Once done, we want to click on Field List, click on Add, and we want to make sure to add Remote Session Technician / Channel and Send Remote Session Invitation, and click Save. Now, if we create a new ticket, we'll see that we now have the option to select our Splashtop channel for our ticket to go into, and we can check the box to send a remote session invitation. To send a remote session invite using an action, you can create an action with the system using Remote Session Invitation. This will send an email to the user with an invite link. This uses the Remote Support Invitation email template. While we're on the Remote Support General Settings page, you can also select the option to allow agents to send quick remote session invites from the ticket screen. You'll just click on the top right dropdown and click on Send Splashtop Invite. From here, you can select which emails to send the invite to and which channel for the Splashtop session to go to. And with that, you can now remotely support your customers using Splashtop directly within HaloITSM.